Now we're getting into the details here, almost done. In this area, I need to remove these bullets and replace them with paint splatters, and just as a look, for a look here. So this is what we're going for. And yeah, so let's do both of those things. Take the bullets off, put the splatters on. This will remind us of some important things about LIs and ULs. So this should be a UL if it has bullets, and I'm going to say it's the only UL on the page. Actually, no, it's not the only UL on the page. This this list does have bullets, so I can't make a generic rule that says to take the bullets off all ULs. I need to be a little more specific than that. So let's just take a look to see if there's any way that I can differentiate this UL here from this UL here, and no, I can't. So I had better ID them. Or I could class them. I can think of good reasons to do each, but well, since I've been doing IDs for the moment, I'll stick with IDs for the moment. Okay, so that quotes UL, quotes, list style, none. You could also say list style type. List style is the shortcut selector. There they go. Okay. What else is going on with those? Looks like a little bit of more space between the LI elements and then also a background image. Now, note, this background image is not on the UL, right? If we try to put it on the UL, we're going to be in a world of hurt no matter what we do. So, for example, background image, URL, and then go back, find the splatter. If I let it repeat, it looks like this. Ah! If I say it can't repeat, then it looks like this. Also not what we want. Also, where is it? Oh, because look, oh, this is a good error, actually. This is a very common error. So I said background image, and then I added the no repeat at the end because I'm so in the habit of using the background shortcut property. If you say background dash image and you put repeat in there, it will barf and not show you anything. So if I want to do two at the same time, I would have to use the background shortcut. So that only gives me one splatter, and that's because we're not interested in having a splatter on the whole UL. We want it on each individual LI. Therefore, what we really need to do is have it on the LIs inside quotes, which is a selector that we haven't actually learned yet, so that's tough. Okay, we have not learned contextual selectors yet, but you probably practice in Khan Academy, so I'm going to show you two ways. The easier way is to do the way that we hadn't technically learned this week, which is to say quotes space LI and put the background image there. If you didn't know that yet, which we kind of don't exactly, so that's that, you could put a class on every one of these LIs and that would do the trick. However, you know what, even though this is sort of a little bit outside the scope of what we've been doing, I'm going to leave it like this because this is the better way. So this is LI tags that live inside the quotes UL. I kind of wish that this example weren't the example it is, but there you go. Okay. Positioning. Let's go to positioning, which is a little bit more straightforward. Now that I'm in this LI area, let me add a little margin to the bottom of each one to space them out. 1M, too much? That's all right. Go with it. And then it needs a bunch of padding on the left to get it past the splatter. So let's see. Splatter is 25 by 25, so I'm going to say 30 for the padding. That's looking pretty good. And okay, time for the links, which are cornflower blue and have a dotted border, that same 1 pixel border under them. and then we'll do a little bit more cleanup. While I'm looking at the space between these LIs, I just want to go look at the space between these LIs. Maybe it's similar. If you knew that you wanted to do this kind of spacing with all LIs, like this one and these, then I could split this out into its own rule. So this margin bottom rule, I could say all LI tags of any kind will have some extra space under them, like so. Then you get a similar thing. It looks a little bit too big for me here, but and actually this looks a little bit too big, so maybe 0.5 EM would be a better. No, I guess I'm satisfied with that. Let's do the link color. A's. So if I wanted to be really thorough, I could list all the different pseudo classes for the A, which is A colon link, A colon active, A colon visited, and list that link color. Cornflower blue. I could also take the text decoration off. In practice, just listing A is usually sufficient. Border bottom, 1 pix dotted cornflower blue. Should do it for us. Yep. Okay, we'll do a little bit of last minute tidying in the next video.